And welcome to another edition of Two Dudes and a Mexican. I am your host. I'm doing Victor Salazar. I'm on the screens in his hotel kitchen. There's another one of the hosts. I'm doing Peter Soprano.
What's up? What up?
Cooking something
up. And the resident Mexican, David Quinones.
Órale, viente.
Shout out to everyone. Another socially distanced Two Dudes and a Mexican. Good to see you guys. I see Peter is cooking up something in his hotel.
What you cooking up, bro?
Hotel kitchen over there.
No, I ain't cooking up nothing. I'm not cooking up anything. Cooking up trouble. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
cooking up a story. Cooking up a story.
Let's start with trouble, Peter. Let's start with trouble. What kind of trouble you got for us?
Well, first of all, there's trouble all over, but we could start off at anything, whether it's baseball and how they're going crazy back and forth, or who's going to come back and forth. We could start with possible trouble with the Bill Belichick and Cam Newton back and forth. It depends on how you want to start out. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we got to start with Cam Newton. I think that's
for your mama.
Exactly where we got to go.
Drama for your mama.
Listen,
Dave's bringing out the 1990s reference. Drama for your mama.
Listen, I think it's going to be a good combination. Everybody on TV, like Matt Hasselbeck, is trying to say, I think Cam and Bill Belichick won't work because of the attitudes and everything like that. I'm like, Cam has been a model citizen off the field. He's never had any of his coaches complain about him. So I don't know why you think he's going to be a problem with Bill Belichick. I think it'll be a good matchup. They both want to win desperately. They both have a big reason to win because Belichick wants to win without Brady and Cam wants to prove the Panthers wrong. So I think it's a perfect match.
I don't think you're wrong, Pete. I know you were one of the few people that said Cam was going to end up in New England.
Yeah.
And I'll give you credit for that. Cam is still an MVP. Cam, so we don't know what he is off injury. He's going to be hungry, obviously. His mobility is still going to be there.
Yep.
I think his arm is going to be there. And his passion to play the game is going to be there. And he's going to be playing with Bill Belichick, Julian Edelman, and that thing that everyone says, that New England Patriot order, right?
And they got a way better line, too.
Yeah, so he'll be protected. And also, he's got a young wide receiver in N'Keal Harry, who I still think is one of the better young receivers in the game.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to see much of him last year because Tom Brady was a dink-and-dunk quarterback. And I'm going to stick with that. I don't care what. I don't care if you put 16 all-pro wide receivers around Tom Brady. He's not going to sling it 50 yards.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see N'Keal, run these routes with the quarterback to actually hit him down the field.
Yeah.
I obviously want to see Belichick and see what he does with Cam. And I feel bad for my guy Jarrett Stidham because I proclaimed him and N'Keal Harry, Jerry Rice, and Joe Montana and Sarah. And I don't know if we're going to see that. So that's just me. That's my only disappointment.
Hey, they got Rutgers' own Mohamed Sanu too.
Oh, that guy sucks.
Yeah, right. He had to pick him up, right?
Damn.
He's mad because he had him in fantasy.
No, I did. I definitely did. He does suck, yeah.
Sanu sucks, dude. They gave up a second-round pick. And I don't know, maybe this was like maybe Bill Belichick owed New Jersey something.
Listen, Atlanta made him look good because he had Calvin Ridley and Julio right there in front of him, so nobody guarded him.
Well, I mean, yeah, there you go. I mean, Mohamed Sanu Jr., or is it senior? Is it senior or junior?
I think it's senior.
He has
It's junior.
Junior?
I think so.
Well, listen, he sucks. I don't want to see him on the field. I think Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry, and I'm not sure if they drafted a wide receiver, but
no, but they drafted two tight ends.
Well, that's the formula, right? Two tight ends, right?
And we saw what happened the last time they did that.
Yeah, one became a party animal, one became a killer. So we'll see. Who do you got?
They won a couple of championships along the way, though.
Who you got? Nah, that's not against the Giants, though. Who you got being a killer, Pete?
Not against them.
Who I got beating who?
Who you got being the killer and being the party guy out of the two tight ends today?
And the weird part about it, they picked both of them in the same round. So I'll go with the one, Asiago, the first one they picked. I'll say he'll be the killer.
Wow. I'm going to look out for him. I'm going to look out for his...
Yeah, that means he's going to be really good on the field, though. Hernandez is really good.
And his Netflix special in like 10 years.
Listen, Hernandez is really good though on the field, so he may be good for a year or two.
So your money says right now can't start. Both of you.
I do, yeah.
That question.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, 'cause, unless he suffers an injury or he tests positive for COVID or something like that, I don't think there's a doubt in anybody's mind that Cam is starting.
Yeah.
Patriot.
Well, Pete, what are the chances that Jarrett Stidham wins this job? Because I'm disappointed. I'm hurt right now.
That he wins it, I don't think there's any way he's going to win it outright. I think the only way he's going to get it is, like Dave said, with an injury. I think they're going to give him every fair chance to win it, but I think by Cam signing there, knowing that is a very wide opportunity for him to start, he has the experience. He has the MVP trophy before. He's been to a Super Bowl. With all that, I think Bill Belichick's going to be much more comfortable with the experience than starting off with a new kid.
Dave, what are your thoughts on how this changes the AFC?
I mean, I think it does, man, because, listen, I hate to say it, and how many times have, we as football fans said, the dynasty's over, the Patriots are done, and then all of a sudden...
Man, it's still over, man.
A rabbit out of the hat, and they find a way to win. And listen, you got to give it up to Belichick, man. When Belichick is at the helm and he's running the show, I mean, I just think anything's possible. I think it's so much upside to have a quarterback like Cam Newton, who is athletic, way more athletic, obviously, than Tom Brady is. But if you can build the right system around him, this offense is going to be a good, solid offense, especially with the time that Cam can buy in order for wide receivers to get open. That'll just, listen, I think there's a lot of upside with getting Cam Newton, man. So I think, I don't think it changes them to be the favorite, because I still think, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs are the champs. So, the road to the Super Bowl goes to Kansas City, because, that team is just unbelievable. But it definitely shakes things back up and puts the Patriots right back in the map. Especially when they lost Tom Brady. You thought, man, I think this team is done. And now, look, they pull this, and they're right back in the game.
I see this as they might have been an 8-win team, so maybe now they're going to get 10. Though I like Cam. There's still a lot in the AFC. You got Deshaun Watson. Obviously, he doesn't have the star wide receiver anymore. But Deshaun Watson, a great quarterback.
That's gonna be big.
Yeah. You still have LJ from Baltimore, right? MVP. We keep forgetting about him all of a sudden. And then obviously Patrick Mahomes, who is the best player in the league right now, the best quarterback. And automatically the Patriots are back to being on top. I've seen a lot of sports talk shows, and it's like, oh well, the Patriots with the new playoff format, if they get the number 1 seed, Kansas City is in a tough division. Lamar Jackson still has the Browns and the Steelers to play. Like, did we forget the Buffalo Bills are in this division? Is that they made the playoffs in the last 2 years? Pete's favorite quarterback and friend.
My friends with every quarterback in the AFC East.
Now that Hoboken's back open, he's gonna be out.
Oh no!
You gotta get Sam on the show, man.
You gotta get Sam on the show, man.
I might as well get Cam. You gonna have me friend? You got me friends with Josh Allen. I'm already a Cam Newton fan. You got me friends with Sam Darnold. Like, you got me friends with it. I mean, I guess I gotta find out Tua. I could get Matt to introduce me to Tua. I know everybody in the AFC East.
Well, you are Matt Sam Darnold's best friend. So that we know.
But first of all, listen. The Patriots. I want to say one thing about the Patriots, because everybody now is saying, oh, they may be a 9-10 whatever win team. I personally am not a fan of them still making the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to do it. I think they went from a 4-5 win team to an 8-win team. That's what I think they did. I don't think they're that good overall. I think that I think you can easily name 6 teams that are better than them in the AFC. So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And I think this is just going to make them fight to possibly be second in the AFC East, but I don't think they're going to win the division. I just think that people, because of the Patriots, they're going to... there was a fear or around the Patriots, and I think that fear is gone. It's been broken a little bit over the past couple of years. Whether it's they should have lost to Jacksonville, but they found a way to win. They lost to Tennessee last year. They've gotten beat by Kansas City once or twice over the past 2 years. Once over the last year, and then they lost to them. They barely beat them the year before that. I just don't think the aura is there that you're scared of that team anymore. I think teams are now willing to say, yeah, we can go in there, we can beat this team. They're not going to find a way this time.
5 wins for Jarrett Stidham? That's so disrespectful. My God.
Speaking of disrespect, yo, all this talk about who got the best teams in the AFC, and we still haven't brought up the Titans who made it to the AFC Championship game, man.
I was going to say that next.
Damn.
You cut me off. I was
Remember the Titans, guys. Remember the
You
Titans.
still got Ryan Tannehill. You still got Derrick Henry. You still got that defense. So I don't see the Patriots winning this division because Jarrett Stidham's not starting now. If he was starting, I'd be all in on it. But not only do I not see them winning the division, and I can openly root for the Patriots now because Tom Brady's gone. I love Bill Belichick. As you know, my girlfriend's a Patriots fan, so now I can root for them. But I just don't see. I think the Bills are the team in the AFC East now.
Yeah.
And for all these people saying that the Patriots, all they have to do is get the number 1 seed and they'll have that advantage in the playoffs. How do you get the number 1 seed? How?
No, they won't.
Like they're saying the Denver Broncos. Obviously, I think the Denver Broncos are much improved, but they're like, oh well, Kansas City has Denver and Oakland is in a new stadium. Man, shut up about Oakland. They always suck. They have one good team every 20 years. They always suck. And then the Chargers are in a rebuild.
Yeah.
So I don't see it. I mean, we'll see what happens. I guess that's why they play the games, but I think it's a good pickup for them to get Cam. I really do.
How many wins do you think they get?
I'm gonna go 8.5, 9.
8.5, 9. What do you think, Dave?
10-6.
10-6. I'm gonna go.
I go 10-6.
I'll go 7.
Count them out. Don't count them out.
I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7-9.
7.
7-9.
Wow. Jeez.
Under 500.
No respect.
None.
No respect.
If you give them respect, they're gonna beat you. Did the Giants respect them when they beat them in the Super Bowls? No. They said we're gonna beat this team.
You're right. But yeah, we can't wait for football to come back. A sport that's coming back soon is the NBA. Pete, you're the resident expert on the COVID situation.
Yeah.
I see you tweeting about it all the time. What's going on in Florida? What are we expecting? Is bubble, non-bubble, triple bubble, quadruple bubble? Like,
Well,
what's going on?
Well, the latest thing is something I think, I don't know if they're going to have it in Florida also, but they're actually going to have a second bubble site where the teams that aren't in the playoffs, the 8 teams that didn't make it, they're all going to be able to train in that certain area. So the thing about it is that NBA is coming back. They're reporting to camps within the next couple of days, right? So they'll be in camp ready. The floors are all painted. I've seen a picture of the floors and everything. It's like 10 or 20 floors right next to each other in a huge arena, and you just see this court, and it all looks like the home courts of their team. So it looks pretty cool. So they're ready to go. So the first regular season game is going to be July 25th or 24th, one of those 2 days. But they'll play a couple preseason games, and then they'll jump right into it. So they're going full speed ahead, even though there's about 10,000 new cases a day in Florida, which is ridiculous. I think they should have did what the NHL did. The NHL waited to the last second. They're going to start their camp this week or next week also. And they just decided today that we're going to have it. They're going to have it in Edmonton and Toronto, which has about 10 cases a day, like nothing. So it's a perfect spot. They said it's actually so good that they're not even going to create a bubble for their players. They're just saying, come to the city, you'll play right here. And the cases have been pretty much nothing there. So I think the NBA should have did that. They decided to announce Florida very early, and when it was looking like a good place to have it, and now it's horrible right now. So a lot of players don't want to come back, but, I mean, they're going to go full speed ahead with it.
I think they did that because Florida was one of the few states that was opening up. Also because ESPN is owned by Disney, so I'm assuming most of these playoff games are going to be televised by ESPN.
Yeah.
And TNT, obviously. But yeah, I think a lot of players, like DeAndre Jordan, who tested positive for COVID, just basically said, I'm not playing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good. There's other players that said that I'm good, I'm not playing. And, you know, I gotta side with these guys, right? Like, when Damian Lillard said he's not playing because there's not a shot to play in the playoffs, blah, 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 I was like, whatever, man. Like, you're saying, just don't play if you don't want to play.
Yeah.
Now there's players that are actually saying they don't want to play because they don't feel safe, and I stand with them,
Yeah.
right? So the NBA should have just waited for Edmonton to open up, even though it's cold as hell over there. I mean, it's summer, but
Playing Canada, you got Toronto right there.
dude, Edmonton's on the other side of the country, bro.
Yeah, but but Toronto's completely clear, so you could have had it there, and that's actually a home place of an actual NBA team.
Then Ian's cancer would get arrested. Dave, what are your thoughts on players actually skipping the season?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, some things are more important than money, right? And sports, and that's obviously your family. You know, the safety of yourself, your health, and your family. I always like to say, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of others? So, listen, I totally get it. You know, I think the whole problem with this is, listen, you could do as much as you can. You could form as many bubbles as you want. You could take, you know, as many, you know, precautions as you want. But the end game, man, people are going to get sick. There's just no way. There's no way out of this. You know, people get sick, you know, of the cold, the flu, all you know, types of diseases every day, every year. This is no different. So, you know, people are going to get sick. It's just, how do you react to that? What's the plan? What's plan A, plan B, plan C to when people start getting sick? Because people are going to get sick. I'm telling you right now, people are going to get infected when, you know, baseball starts. People are going to get infected when football starts. You know, what's the plan when that happens? How do you react to that? How do you acclimate and then go forward? That's going to be the big question. So, especially when, you know, the playoffs start, like, how is that going to work? So I'm interested in really seeing how that's going to all pan out. So, but I totally get it, man.
Pete, I know there was rumors about guys like that were injured, like Kevin Durant possibly coming back this year. I think that's a no-go for him right now, man. I'm good. I already got COVID before. I ain't trying to get it again.
No, he's not coming back.
And already got paid.
Yeah, he's not coming back. The thing about that I want to hear is when the first, like, big-time star, well, whether it's a Kawhi Leonard or whether it's a Giannis or whether it's LeBron or any of those guys, I want to see one of those guys, if they test positive, if they're going to opt out or not, because that'll be the real test, because I think that would shift a lot. If one of those guys said, no, I'm not going to play because I tested positive, then I think you may see a few people, like a large amount of people, then say, you know what, I don't want to do this. But until one of those comes out, whether they tested positive or not, since it's a HIPAA laws, they shouldn't be saying it, until one of those guys comes out and said, yes, I tested positive, listen, DeAndre Jordan is a good player, solid player. He's not going to swing anything. Like LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, one of those guys would. So I want to see what happens if and when one of those top players test positive and say, all right, I'm done, I'm not playing.
I think it's just LeBron, honestly. I think if LeBron says he's not playing, nobody else is playing. Patrick Beverly basically said it in a tweet. If LeBron's saying we playing. So it's that simple. It's that simple with the NBA. Moving along, you think the NFL is optimistic? MLB is optimistic. I don't know why MLB is optimistic because they can't even get a freaking season on the line. It took them like 6 months, I feel like, to get a 60-game season.
Yeah.
But they're planning for fans. Should they be planning for fans right now?
No.
Especially MLB. I mean, you're starting in like 2 weeks.
Like this,
2-3 weeks.
Isn't this one of the clauses that they said caused the problem with negotiation, that now there's going to be no fans, so the players can't get as much money? And now that we decided, now that we decided, yes, they're gonna get their full prorated. Oh yeah, let's try to get fans back in there. It's like
about money.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all this was about money. They had nothing. It had nothing to do with the safety of the players. It had nothing to do with the safety of fans. All this had to do was about money. That's all the negotiation was about. And doing this may end up causing like a work stoppage when the CBA finally runs out in another year or two. So this is just the start of it. It's going to get even more ugly.
Dave, what are your thoughts on at least the NFL, who has more time now playing for fans? And what's that expectation? 10,000 fans, 20,000 fans? Like, what are we doing here at NFL stadiums? I mean, the Premier League, La Liga, and all those guys come back with no fans. To me, it's still entertaining on TV. I'm not sure what the players are seeing and feeling, but on TV, it still looks entertaining. They're using fake crowd noise, which I thought is a good idea because I've watched wrestling in the beginning when there was no crowd noise, and I watched the game in the beginning when there was no crowd noise. I'm like, damn, this sucks. So what's your take on them and what they're planning to do? 10,000, 20,000? Like, what is the NFL thinking?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know. I think the NFL is in a decent spot, though, obviously, because of the time when their season is obviously going to start. They get to see, you know, what the NBA is going to do, what the NHL is going to do, what the MLB is going to do, and what works and what doesn't work. You know, like I said before, man, you can take as much precautions as you want. You know, mandatory face mask when you walk into the stadium, gloves, social distancing. You know, you can do everything you can try in the book. Like I said before, people are just going to get sick. There's no way that you're going to have, 0% getting sick, at these games. So, do I think it's too early? Yeah, I do think so. I think it's premature. Like you said, you made a great reference to, on football, across the world, they're playing with no fans and they're making it work. Why can't we do that? Why can't we, see what's working, across the other side of the world and try to implement that here? Try to be as safe as possible. But I don't, like I said before, it's all about money. It's all about the economy, getting the economy back, up to, normalcy. I definitely think it's a mistake, especially when you got, Dr. Fauci saying that the second wave is going to come, especially in the fall. This might be seasonal. I mean, it's. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be bad.
The issue is Europe decided to end their sports after us and came back way before us, and the reason why was because there was lockdown. There were country lockdowns. Like they took that serious. Especially, Italy had the most deaths from the pandemic in Europe. Here, every state decided on how they wanted to do it, and that's why, because we weren't in unison, this is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, we can't have nice things. So now, Texas, California, Arizona, and Florida are back to fucking shit up. Of course, Florida's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Florida always fucks shit up. I mean, they fucked up an election. So,
more than once.
They might. So I just found it interesting that all these leagues outside of the NFL, who hasn't decided where they're going yet, look towards places that has the most lenient laws, Arizona, Texas, Florida, to come back. And now look.
Yeah.
So should we expect fans in the arena, Pete? What do you think this year?
I don't think I think they will actually try to force fans in there. I don't think they should. I think if and when there is a vaccine, then you're going to see people try to... I think if I was the NFL, I would try to hope to get a vaccine by the end of the year and have fans for the playoffs. That's what I would hope for. But for the regular season, I would pretty much strike it off as no fans. But I think they are going to try it. They're going to try a small part. They're going to try to put people's seats in between and everything like that, which... it's still gonna. Like Dave said, people are still gonna get sick from that. Whether you are a seat away or 2 seats away, somebody coughs, you're right in that area. You walk by them, you're still gonna get sick. So, I don't think. I think that
I think Dave's in the bunker.
I think we're at that point where somebody's gonna get sick, no matter what.
The Puerto Ricans making noise. Man.
Oh man! Oh man!
With Trump? You in the bunker with Trump?
With Trump.
No.
But no, I think, Dave would know better than this. The Giants and most of the NFL teams suspended their PSLs. So even though they're optimistic about having fans in the arena this year, it's still like, well, we might not because we're suspending PSLs. When is the NFL, Dave, you've been a season ticket holder, when have you not been charged for your PSL? Ever.
Never.
So it's
Never.
just like...
we're in uncharted territories here, man. with everything going on.
The thing, and we've seen the ratings are going to be up.
I think my brother said that the Giants are giving us the option to still buy the season or just say we're not buying the season. So obviously every year you have to pay for the tickets up front to get the tickets. So the PSL is a one-time deal. That's it. You pay for it. You pay for it when you initially get your season tickets. So, but again, this whole thing is crazy because you can implement a plan right now, and it may change later on.
Well, I know the PSLs are a one-time thing, but some people finance it, and I think those payments, the Giants aren't expecting them this year.
Yeah.
So
I like that football put in crowd noise though. That was something that I remember mentioning on the show a couple weeks ago. Is I think the NFL should just put in crowd noise, like normal crowd noise, and it'll sound like a real game on TV.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck because Dave obviously goes to a lot of games. I go to a lot of games. Obviously, you do too, Pete. You actually travel to Tennessee to see your team play once a year too.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks that we're not gonna be in the stadium. But again, I can't remember a time where I watched more football, the European version, than I ever had. Like I'm waking up and there's a game at 11 o'clock and then one at 1 and then one at 3 and it's like this is great. Like,
we're at 9:30 with the German league.
Yeah, you get 9:30 the German league. And, usually these games are spread out across the week, but it's like every day we're getting something new. And that's something that I guess I like with the suspended season I'm going to miss next year. But the thing about the NFL is just so great about the NFL is it's 1 or 2 days a week. And especially that Sunday, it's wall-to-wall football. So even if you don't go to the games, you have at least 3 games you can watch on TV.
Yep.
1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then the 8:20.
Yep.
So we don't necessarily have to be in the stands, but man, like I'm okay with watching it on TV for my safety because that's what the Sunday ticket is for.
Yeah.
And if there are restaurants and bars that are going to open up by the time the NFL comes back, then good for them too.
Yeah. It's gonna be packed, and you know what? The ratings are even gonna be higher because the fans that used to going to the games, they're gonna be watching on TV too. So the ratings are gonna be even better.
For sure. I mean, I know me and Dave are gonna miss the tailgates, but
sure.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna probably hurt the most. It's kind of like it's like our church. We don't actually go to church. That's our church.
That is our church.
The parking lot.
8 or 9 o'clock at MetLife parking lot.
You can't beat that, man.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that on Sundays.
So, Dr. Fauci said that there might be a vaccine by the end of this year, or a lot of people are still saying next year. Pete, do you expect any fans at sporting events before this vaccine? Like, do you think we'll just go right ahead and say F it like Florida did? Like, just crowd our beaches, crowd our restaurants. We don't care.
The weird part about this is how Goodell actually made a statement saying that he's going to let the teams control that. And I think that's the dumbest thing of all. I think you need to do what Trump didn't do and control your league and say, listen, we're not going to have fans this year and let everything be uniformity. But if you let them decide what they're going to do, you're going to have Jerry Jones that's in Texas and they don't care. They're going to say, all right, we're going to have a couple fans in there. And, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a home field advantage, but then people are going to get more sick and people are going to die from it. So I think it's the worst thing that he made that announcement that he's going to let the teams control that.
Hey, what about you? I mean, I doubt the Mariners and the Tisches are going to let people in the stadium if it's up to them. I mean, I'm lying. I think every owner wants people in the stadium. Yeah. And I don't think they'll care. So if Goodell leaves this up to the owners, which owner do you think will say, nah, I'm not allowing fans in the arena?
I definitely think, it'd be the Mariners because, like, the Mariners obviously, have, that history when it comes to football. So, their family, I mean, generation, I mean, they've had a big impact in football. So, listen, like I said before, I think the NFL is in a decent seat here because I'm telling you right now, Goodell could be saying one thing right now, but if he sees that what the NHL and the MLB and NBA is doing, and he sees that it's not.
Vic, are you still there?
Did Dave die?
Yeah, what the heck? See, this is what happens when you try to talk about Goodell, and when you try to talk about. See, that's what happens.
Shut him down.
They shut him down. So this is what happens. This is what happens with Zoom. This is why we need to get on Zoom.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, hopefully we'll be back to shooting live shows somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah,
maybe if Hob decides to wake up from what do bears do? Hibernation.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Hob is alive. Hibernation. That's a good one.
Listen,
hibernation.
Just to quickly go off of what Dave was saying, I kind of agree with him. I don't. But what you were saying, I don't think there's any owners that'll deny fans. I think it'll come down to the actual governor saying, no, we're not going to allow it. Like, I already know Governor Cuomo for New York, which counts towards Buffalo, pretty much came out and said, you're not going to have fans until there's a vaccine. So Buffalo's kind of screwed, and they were kind of making fun of it because of the New York Jets and New York Giants, but they play in New Jersey, so they got to listen to New Jersey rules, not to New York rules. So Buffalo is the only team that's really been shut down right now.
Yeah, but Governor Murphy's been really good with the things that he's done, and, with his whole... You guys want to fuck up this law that I just passed?
Yeah.
So now you know what? You're not going to have indoor dining yet.
Yeah.
You guys are assholes. So
yeah.
I don't see that happening. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be an interesting summer. With that being said, 4th of July weekend, are you guys going to watch anything obscure or spend it with the family?
I got to watch the same thing I watch every year. I got to see Joey Chestnut and the hot dog eating contest. I got to see the greatest show on earth. As he's won 12 out of 13 contests. I got to see him go for 13 out of 14 on Saturday.
I think there's an asterisk to that because my guy Kobayashi has not participated in years. Bullshit. So, you know what? Didn't Kobayashi used to, eat his own hot dogs in the stand?
Yeah, he did. He did. The first couple of years, he did.
He's nuts.
He had the unofficial, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did this much in the crowd.
I mean, I'm with it. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we should lift the ban. Nathan's mustard, whatever the hell, the mustard belt.
This is what we need.
Crabs. We need Kobayashi versus Joey Chestnut at least this year.
Yes.
Because COVID, I think it needs to happen.
Of all times, we need it this year.
We need it this year.
Yeah.
We need it this year. But that about wraps up our show. I hope you guys have a safe and healthy 4th of July. Spend it with family. I know there might not be fireworks, but you'll have fireworks on ESPN because Pete said he's going to watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. But
with no fans.
We'll be back next week, hopefully with more stuff to talk about. Due to the Mexican, we out.
Peace out.